Okay.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Chortle Games Live. I am one of your hosts for tonight, Doki Doki Jake, and I'm joined by the Stream King, the Far Cry guy, the man who may cry devil, and the man who put me up to this, Steven.
I also wear that one like a badge of honor.
Okay, great. So yeah, we're playing a little game called Doki Doki Literature Club, which looks innocent enough, but if you'll read here, well, you maybe missed it. I'm about to have to agree to like a content warning about how this is disturbing content, not suitable for children. People who are suffering from depression and anxiety would not have a safe experience playing this game. Which, that's a little disturbing. So, to come into this fresh, ladies and gentlemen, I know that something crazy happens in this game. I've never been spoiled on it. I don't know, like, what the twist is or what the crazy thing is that happens, but I know something. I know some shit's going to go down, but I just don't know what kind of shit we're getting up to tonight.
I'm over here. I watch a lot of game theory. I love the games that aren't what they seem. I love like meta storytelling and online ARGs and stuff like that. So this was right up my alley. So I know full well what we're in for. I've told Jake nothing, and I told him we're going to start the stream by him giving just a general pitch of what he thinks we're in for. So take it away.
Did you share this to Discord first? I just want to make sure. Okay, great. So again, I know some shit happens, right? Like something is gonna go down. I just don't know what. My running theory is that I'm blanking on what I told you last night. My running theory is that either some really weird sexual shit is gonna happen, like we've played 12 Rooms, and to spoil that for you, it's about
12
incest.
minutes.
12 minutes. That's it. Thank you. We've played
12 Rooms was the Far Cry arcade.
So it was 10 rooms. It was 10
Oh,
rooms,
God.
but it all came together. So I my first thought is just it's going to be some really disturbing like sexual thing, like I don't know, incest, and I don't know. I have no idea. It's just some really weird stuff in that regard. My other theory is just that these are demons, or these are like some sort of digital demons that are going to take over the computer or something. I don't know. So that's where I'm at. Again, coming into this fresh, only knowing that some shit is going to happen. So those are my running theories.
Very excited. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and get started. I'm here. I'm here to assist. I'm probably going to play something else while you play this. Because I don't know
what's your palate cleanser while you're watching me do this?
Either some Rune Factory. Really, really addicted to Rune Factory right now. I think you would enjoy it.
So I went back and looked, and Steven, you know me.
Yeah.
I'm real picky. I'm real particular about things.
Which is why I'm not saying with pure confidence that you would like it.
Can I tell you what I went and looked, and these are the things that turned me off immediately on it.
Okay.
I like the chibi characters. That was good.
So you looked at Rune Factory 4 then?
Yes.
Okay.
I was fine with that. There was a good level of can see the age, but close enough modern, stuff happening here. Flipped a few panels. Not super excited with like the almost top-down perspective. Like I know it's like maybe I don't know what angle that would be.
It's a top-down like handheld Zelda.
I'm not a big fan of the top-down. At least unless I could like change it. Like Animal Crossing, certain moments I like to kind of pan it, and it never gets fully top-down. But it gets about the perspective that game does. And like sometimes that's fine, but usually I bring it down to, almost just a little bit above eye level, whatever. So that was kind of a turnoff for me. And then what really did it was when they got to the farming, and it was almost like icons that they were farming or something. Like it just the farmable items just looked too like a picture out of a JPEG that they slapped in there, and again, it was top down. I wasn't a fan.
Explain what, because I don't know how Animal Crossing is, so I don't know how it is. So explain what Animal Crossing does and why that's better than what Rune Factory does, because my only point of reference is Rune Factory because I've been playing it a lot.
So again, from the thumbnails I saw on the eShop, it looked like when you harvest, you're basically harvesting a 2D JPEG in a 3D world, whereas Animal Crossing, it's like a 3D object that you're harvesting.
Okay. I think a reason for that is because the action of like picking crops up out of the farm, which is when you have them as items in your hand, is so minuscule, because it's more so like it's more about the crafting and utilizing the crops and everything than it is the actual farming.
Yeah.
But I would suggest if you were like, if you saw it and you were like, I'm not a fan of the top down and that, I would look at Rune Factory 5, because I need to
do that. That's my next phase.
It is, it's third person. I don't think it's top down at all, and I assume they do a different method with the farming stuff.
Okay, I'll have to try that out. The only other thing I want to say,
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
The only other thing I want to say before we start is I finally found the Pepsi X Peeps. And they're amazing. They're amazing. Oh, they're so good. They're probably going to kill me. Like, they've got to have so much sugar.
Pepsi. Yeah, I know.
I love Peeps and I love Pepsi.
Anna looks at me and her face completely sours and goes, "That's a double whammy."
Lee Allison hates Peeps. Lee Allison hates Pepsi. I love both, and it is amazing. So,
you made fun of me for my pina colada Oreo.
Have you had? I forget exactly what it was called, but it was basically like, it was like Starstruck Coke or like Space Coke or something like that. Have you had that?
The one that's supposed to invoke like looking at the stars, but it just tastes like, it's supposed to be like s'mores, but people said it just kind of tastes like dirt or something.
Well, maybe it didn't taste like dirt to me, but this Peeps Pepsi tastes a lot like the Star Space Coke,
which makes sense because it's supposed to taste like s'mores.
Yeah. What they both taste like is like someone took a big old, like, you went to a fair and got like a big old thing of cotton candy, like I'm talking a big fluff, and just put it in a teeny tiny can of Coke or Pepsi, and that's what this is. And it's great. Anyway, Doki Doki, let's do this. Oh God, it's a little loud. I'm gonna have to.
I looked at Rune Factory 5, by the way, and it would appear that the objects are 3D when you farm them.
All right. So first thing first.
Don't bring it all the way down.
I'm just gonna bring the music.
Also, why can't I hear it?
Make sure you don't have my screen share muted. It might be because I'm screen sharing to you, but I can do a Steam share. I was a little nervous to do a Steam share to you because I wasn't sure. I just hung up on Steven, everybody. Don't worry. I hung up on you. I didn't mean to. Here we go. Yeah, I was a little nervous to share Steam because I wasn't sure if once I opened the game, if it was going to go to
For some reason, it just needed you to restart it, and I've got audio now.
Well, no, I'm sharing the game itself and not...
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Because I see what you're saying. Yes, like capturing a full display doesn't work. But if you capture the individual window, that does work. Okay. It says you minimize the application.
Hello.
What'd you do?
So first off, did anything happen on y'all's end?
We're just looking at your desktop right now.
Oh man, well I hard quit out of everything because what happened for me was just all this static just hit me at once, just like full blast. And like, I was like, is this part of the game? Is this supposed to happen? God, I hope it doesn't happen again. I was just like, oh no.
Well, you're gonna have to reshare.
Okay, yeah. Calm down.
No. Stream. Okay, stream looks fine, and it's black again.
Yeah,
Now.
it just
Yeah,
Okay, hang on. We're having.
Talk it out.
Well, I hit full screen, and that made it where I can't share it to you, and so I'm trying to undo that. Here we go. All right. Okay. Skip unseen text. I don't know. Okay, all right. We're gonna say new game. Oh God.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, what a stupid name. What? Here's my new theory. This is gonna be a bully game. They just bully you mercilessly.
Yeah, it's just these 4 girls that like you joined for literature, but you got bullying and you can't leave.
I'm trapped. Okay, all right. Hi. I see an annoying girl. Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can do my deep.
Do you want to do the voices and I do like the narration?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children.
Since we're children.
Since we're children. The kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long.
For some reason, I thought that said the kind you'd never see yourself making out with. I'm not reading fast enough to keep up, so I'm just like, yep.
We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I also get tired of waking up. What happened? It went away.
No, sorry. Did it not go the next one?
Yeah, I got it. But if she's going to chase me after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. You have to give all of them different voices. Clip it, Vortex.
I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe.
Less racist.
But
maybe,
less racist. Maybe I'm trying to get out. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you weren't thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Chortle Jake. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Is that how you said that?
Yeah, Sayori, you got
Sayori?
it. Good job. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Chortle Jake, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I forget like that my name has changed. Because I'm waiting for like my character to pop up. I told you already.
You don't have a character. There's no visual for you.
I am the character.
You are yes.
I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me that you would join a club this year. Did I?
Is that juicy fruit? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Hey, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise to try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
What a wimp. You caved immediately.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head.
I wonder if I can click anywhere, because that's a weird spot to be clicking.
The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it.
Cool, I can't.
After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Gosh, I feel that.
Dang. Did we write this?
That's the disturbing content.
Shit.
Too real.
Clubs.
Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Yeah, I mean, you got no choice. Hello? Sayori?
Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, you could come to my club. They also just walked in.
We're playing Splatoon.
Steven just went, we're playing Splatoon. Can I help you? Do you want to hear me do anime girl voices?
No, that's okay.
Do you want to hear Steven do my depressing inner voice?
No,
I like to think that I'm everyone's depressing inner voice.
He said, I like to think I'm everyone's depressing inner voice. Okay.
The music in this is pretty good. It's fun, very upbeat.
I know the music makes me even more nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like so upbeat and cheery. It's
Yep.
like, okay, sorry. She like walked in and I imagine it's the face that animated you when we were playing Splatoon. So that was perfect callback. Okay, so Yori. Yeah? There's no way I'm coming to your club. Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less.
Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member, and Natsuki. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep.
I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh.
Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go!
Love how Steven's 3 more sentences for becoming the antagonist of this game. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I cannot wait to hear your voices for the 3 other characters you have to voice.
It's all in the pitch. It's all in the pitch.
If I need to take over for Chortle Jake, I will. You just let me know.
No, you can.
I'm not doing the girl voices, though. I'm not going to rob content. I'm forcing you to do 4 girl voices.
Everyone, our new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member.
This whole thing's just Jake got schizophrenia.
That's the content. Also, while we're here, what's up with this closet and the seat in the closet?
It's Japan.
Okay.
Vortex said you shouldn't try to make one of them sound like James Earl Jones.
Vortex and I are on the same page.
Or counter offer like Billy Butcher from The Boys.
Oh, that's a good.
I glance around the room.
Yeah. I wish I had the picture of all of them because now I have to make a really executive decision right now on what her voice is going to sound like.
So you need to open up a photo editor with all of the girls and like put a picture of the voice that you're doing for each one, so you can look back and be like, which one's Darth Vader, which one's Billy Butcher.
Okay. There's 4 girls, right?
Correct. Sayori is the one you've already. This is Yuri, I think.
Okay. Here we go. All right, I got it.
I'm going to tell you right now. What voices are you thinking of doing?
She's going to be the slow and low, sultry.
Okay.
Girl.
Okay. Good.
Here we
go. Natsuki should be, or if you're going to do a Billy Butcher, Natsuki.
Is that the pink-haired girl?
That's the pink-haired girl.
Yep, that's I already. I put that in my brain. I was like, yep, okay, she's that. And then I'm
just
gonna just kind of be spunky for the other girl that looks a lot like Sayori. So
okay, cool, go for it.
She's kind of got a Blossom from Powerpuff Girls vibe is what I got from the 2 seconds I saw her. So
that's fair.
Okay,
that's
here
fair.
we go. Here. Slow and low.
Yep.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's nice meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you.
There's no freaking way you're going to keep that up.
Seriously? You brought boy? Will you kill the atmosphere? Ain't Chortle Jake? What a nice surprise. I'm trying to do Blossom.
That's Blossom?
That's not. Oh, shoot. Now they're giving me numbers. Okay, am I still on the...
They're going to get names. They're going to get names.
I was about to say,
it's
who
from
was
right
3?
to left, so...
Okay. Hang on, let me try that Bubbles voice again.
Okay. Are you Blossom or Bubbles?
Blossom is the leader, right?
That's correct.
She's the leader.
Yeah.
She's got green hair.
She's the toughest fighter.
Spunky.
She doesn't even have green hair, Jake. She has green clothes.
She likes the color green. Welcome to the club.
All words escape me.
You're supposed to be reading, Stephen. No color commentary.
This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
Oh, I love it. What are you looking at? If you will say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki.
Whenever she says that, you should say either like bruv or like the C word or some other Billy Butcher.
Also, I've already gotten the note from Lialzin. You're being way too loud with these high-pitched noises, so I gotta tone them down.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year.
I'm so glad you're going to have to read their descriptions.
Yep. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
I'm trying to remember what her voice is. You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls.
They didn't give me that direction.
It looked like she just announced it to everyone.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest girl in the club. Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. She also might have a penis.
Okay,
that was color commentary.
I was like, there's no way they wrote that. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica?
Monica.
Oh, okay. Monica. Is that right? I gotta figure out a voice for her. I got it. Here we go. That's right.
Oh, God.
It's great to see you again, Jake. Chortle Jake. That's you.
Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. She also might have a penis. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, and a penis.
Where is this coming from? Should I be scared? Am I being tricked into something?
She's basically completely out of my league. I'm done with the penis joke for now. Okay. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little...
You too, Monica? Her name seems so out of place.
Interesting.
Okay. Does it? Okay. Come sit down, Chortle Jake. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
She sounds more like Dobby than Billy Butcher. I love it.
Sorry, I get a little bit too excited. Then how about you make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet.
That closet's open though already. I'm on to this closet. This closet's going to happen. Something's going to happen in this closet.
Okay. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay. Okay. Are you ready? What?
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hey, well, you know. Just hurry and take one, eh?
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori walks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite?
What's up, Maswell?
Maswell, Natsuki is supposed to sound like Dobby from Harry Potter.
Look, I got to do all these voices.
He's doing all the voices.
I'm trying to keep up some very distinct variety.
Natsuki is Dobby. Sayori is Just a girl. Yuri has a penis, and Monica sounds like Hannah Montana.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. The icing's sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself.
This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Oh, what?
Did I butcher that?
No, I said, oh, what? Yuri has a really deep voice. That's the joke.
Gotcha, yeah. The fuck are you looking at for this guy? God, I can't. Now, all British voices just left my brain.
Do you need me to do the British?
No. I got it.
Okay.
Oi, well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made it for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you know, you, dummy. All right.
I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table. It took her a really long time to carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray.
You keep a whole tea set in this... Oh, that's me. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom.
I did the same thing. Because she popped up.
Don't worry. The teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey! Don't let yourself get intimidated, Yuri. It's Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not.
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
Hey, Matt. I hope you can record some of these sound bites. We're going to need. We're going to need a lot of these. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori.
Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make sure the club is fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member or any of them for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader.
Now, I may just be a humble president of the debate club.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm so glad I went that direction with her, because that is the easiest thing for me to shift gears into and go for.
Yuri also nods in agreement.
By the way, also, Monica is now Amanda Holiday. That's the voice I'm shooting for in my head. Just some Southern woman. So there you go.
There you go.
Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. What happened?
Every time you speak, like, I just picture her like in like a Southern Belle dress, fanning herself with a glove.
Yep, that's what I'm going for. Right, everyone? Yeah.
It's like when Steve Urkel, when Jaleel White in Family Matters
do our best.
Played a female version of himself.
Yes.
You know it.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees.
I'm also trying not to like, if the higher pitch I go, the louder I am, and it's like I gotta keep it down.
Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm.
That's what just hit me. Do they each bring a sacrifice? Is this the sharks from Finding Nemo? Did I just figure it out? Oh no,
you didn't.
Okay.
Just you'll see. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Chortle Jake, what kind of things do you like to read? Well,
considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that.
Is that juicy fruit? Manga.
I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Oh, sorry. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up.
They need a little slot that says narrator.
Mm-hmm. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Dang.
Well, that can change.
What am I saying? I can't read. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Oh, Sayori's in the chat. Hey, Sayori.
Oh, no.
lower your expectations.
That's not a game thing, right? Am I? Okay, all right. I'm terrified. I don't know what to expect. Hello, Sayori, in the chat. Well, let's see.
Yuri's face. Sorry, I need to put on my glasses. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. Where are my glasses?
The lowest expectations, Maswell.
Thank you, Maswell. You understand.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? That doesn't sound foreshadowing at all. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Again, fuck. I read a
juicy
horror
fruit?
book once.
I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level.
I desperately grasp.
At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that from you, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
The voice for Oakley. I thought for a second I thought you were saying Oaken from Frozen. That's the guy who goes yoo-hoo, big summer blood. And now I'm really regretting that I didn't make one of these people like Polish.
You would have regretted making one of them Polish.
True.
About halfway through a scene.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What?
Natsuki!
Well, what gives you that idea? You left a scrap of paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sari sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. Oh no.
I'm not cute. It's just I slipped into the southern there. I was trying to be.
You did.
Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, yeah, I can't get back to British. Well, I guess sometimes, yeah. Well, you can.
Well, you can't.
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share some sometime? No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Jake, you're getting more and more manly.
I told you, Yuri has a penis.
I'm trying to be like sultry. Like there's women that talk like that. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, well, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
Thank you, Matt. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monaco.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right, Chortle Jake?
Monica smiles warmly at me once again.
Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind since it's mine the entire time.
Oh no. I never said
Am
I
I a
would join the club.
sacrifice?
Is that juicy fruit? What's funny? What's even funnier that we're gonna start doing that is that's from a stream that no one, but that we thought was so fucking funny.
Oh man.
Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and
I lose my train of thought.
oh no.
All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I'm sorry. I thought Chortle Jake, you all.
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls.
Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club.
One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down.
Hey, you really did scare me for a minute. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome
I love how
to
her
the
hair
literature
just
club.
completely eclipsed Natsuki's face.
Look at her. She's like shocked. She's like, how dare her? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Chortle Jake, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah.
Vortex, speaking as someone who's been in a creative writing class where I had to do poetry, you're absolutely correct. I like to write. Poetry is not fun. I respect poets, but God bless them. They go through torture.
The other thing about it, it's like our logic right now is, oh, okay, if this is what I have to do to suffer to be around these girls, I'll do it. But then you got to remember, we have to share whatever we write tomorrow. So it's like any chances you have with these girls gets lower and lower. Especially if your poetry is horrible, it's like, oh no.
I didn't get to read that.
I'm so sorry. Hang on, I can go back.
All right. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? That was worth it. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. I don't know if that's anxiety. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Chortle Jake, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
No. That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs.
Sure, might as well. Yay! See, now that I've gotten all the other girls' voices, I can just make her like my default Jake as a girl voice.
Very good. With that, the two of us depart the pub room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori. Natsuki. Yuri. And of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls.
Doomslayer needs to make a trip.
Do you think there's a mod that puts him in the place of Natsuki or something? That'd be great. All right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight.
Okay, cool, great. Let me, I'm going to blow my nose really quick while I have a second. I'm not like having to read.
Okay. Yep. Are you guys enjoying this? I'm having a great time. This was a great choice.
All right, sorry
Flip
about
and
that.
tear the cupcakes and bake them until it is done.
Hopefully that will help me out at least a little bit. Okay, so as I was doing this, I was reading this. I have to pick a friend. Oh, God. Okay.
So certain words appeal to certain girls more. So basically, whichever one you want to pursue, you're picking words that would appeal to her, I think.
Does it matter which one I pursue?
I don't know, does it? Just
there's not a safe ending, right? I just don't want to accidentally pick like the good ending. You know what I mean? I'm picking the flavor of horror I want, but it's going to be horror either way.
It will be fine no matter who you pick, I think.
Okay.
Just Go with your gut.
Okay. This is just a duo of really bad.
Bouncy death. Those are definitely eerie.
Oh God, do I have to pick like death or bouncy, peace or essence, or is it just?
I think when you pick the first word, you're going to get new words. Also, save your game. At the bottom. You're going to want to do that periodically. Because I don't know if the game crashes or not.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it, Jake. Let's hear your poem.
I'm be honest. I'm going after Monica.
Okay.
Puppy. Oh God.
Natsuki like that. They jump when they like it.
And there's not a Monica, which is interesting. I don't really even know what Doki Doki means necessarily.
Skirt.
I know. I was like, nope.
Sticky. Sticky climax.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Sensational. Crimson sensation. Oh man. Captive. What am I getting into? Anxiety is what I want to put right now. Vibrant, why not? Okay.
The reactions of certain words with certain characters might clue you in a little bit on some stuff. Agonizing lust.
Oh no. I think they're narrowing the nice words. Uncontrollable horror nightgown. Flower. Marshmallow. Starscape. Music.
We did start with Puppy's Vortex.
Didn't we start with puppies? Games. Jeez. After image.
Who's gonna put after image in a poem?
I was trying to come up with something really fast and I can't.
I could probably do it. It wouldn't be good, but I could probably do it.
I'm drawn to Inferno. Charm. Electricity.
Cage. Electricity.
I'm just going with like the first one I see.
Entropy. That's a Yuri word if I've ever seen one. Cheeks.
Oh Lord.
Boop. I really hope that they're like, all right, Chortle Jake, read your poem, and it's just the words you picked in sequence.
Oh no.
Swimsuit.
It's like Mad Libs.
Email.
Here, we'll just go with beauty. There we go.
Be right back. I'm going to let Flynn in.
Hi again, Chortle Jake. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word.
Well, I'm back in the literature in the literature club.
Is that juicy fruit?
I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Chortle Jake. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join clubs this year. And last year too. I don't even know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for somebody who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Mananakanga.
Mananakanga. Manga is literature. I can't get there. Manga is literature. So
defeated. Simply defeated. Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys.
Sayori no.
Yeah, no, I can't try to shift gears.
Yeah.
Chortle Jake's always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your own house on fire. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Chortle Jake can become good friends too? Sayori.
You can really hear your gears shift like you're a car whenever you're. It's fantastic.
I mean, it is.
I love it.
It's a sticky shift.
It's a sticky climax. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she put me into. She just put me into.
Oh, Yuri, even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Oh, what do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation.
Sorry, I gotta crack into my third Pepsi. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. All right. Well, here.
Pulls out a gun.
I knew it was going to be a book.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read. It's 7,000 pages. So it should keep your attention, even if you
Yuri,
don't
this
really
is a thesaurus.
And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
Vortex. Said Jake, your tone of voice with Yuri matches the whole step bro I'm stuck thing so perfectly. My favorite version of that meme was, I think it was just like a out of context comics Facebook post, but it was a girl who fell over and she went, "Step ladder, what are you doing?" And it just showed the next panel was just a step ladder.
Oh man.
So stupid. This is, how is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book for me. Book that she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. I really need
Yuri,
my glasses.
thank you. I'll definitely read this.
I enthusiastically take the book out.
I want to know what
it's upside down.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book.
In my mind, they're in the corner. They're going, he's got so much blood. He's going to be a great surprise.
What's his blood type? Did you see those veins? I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. That's funny. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Oh, man. Ugh.
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand.
I'm scared of this closet, man. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just going to mess it up?
She just became a frail Scottish woman.
Trying so hard.
I know.
British was the wrong choice.
No, it was the right choice. You're doing great. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf.
Manga? You read manga, right? Sometimes.
Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands.
I mean, I would
It's like
think if
porn.
we just found her with her collection, we can probably just dive right in. How
I
did
read
you...
exclusively Ham Taro manga.
maybe not dive in that deep. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
I forgot that I got that I
mean?
read manga tattoo on my face last year. What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no. What the hell did I do?
Did you just zoom things in?
I pressed a button on accident, I guess.
What button did you press? Because that looked better on my screen.
It was my mouse.
Oh.
I see. There. Oh, sorry. That's you.
There's a lone volume of manga amidst the stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is.
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Paul from Llama with Hats. I'm not
Oh
familiar.
my gosh, that's Carl. That kills people. That's a good one.
Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel.
I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring.
Parfait girls?
It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door.
Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
Vortex says, I can see why this crap was in a closet.
It was your tone of voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Chortle Jake. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. I imagine her just slapping me across the face after she says that. In fact...
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
Great, so now I'm going to get a book from each one, and then I'm going to have to read whichever one I read tonight is who's going to... Okay. I'm going to show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands.
Ah.
I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. I don't know what that means.
Don't just stand there. Ooh,
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there.
Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable?
I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. Or where am I? Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same thing like that. Yeah, why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me.
Now, I'm not one to complain right now. I've never really done one of these visual novel things, but like,
yeah,
you could have done a pain against the wind. You know, we could have had a new scene.
That's expensive, Jake.
Sorry.
I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I could say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I could feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot.
So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. This sounds like me trying to defend a Marvel movie.
Yep.
But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Oi?
Natsuki gives me a little shove. Vortex said this was literally your defense to No Way Home. Oh my god. Perfect.
I just meant... Oh, this is me. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. I do have a lot of power. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does it matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got into this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad. I feel bad for anyone with that impression. Aha!
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge?
Oh, see, now we get a new scene.
We read on for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple chapters at this point.
Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Sheesh. Sorry.
We're going to try to watch Killer Bean on Monday Vortex. We're going to start doing watch-alongs.
Nice.
And since you requested it like half a year ago, it's about time we did.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. Read my friends this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up with them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it.
That is ironic, Vortex.
I just can't win, can I? It's so ironic messing up sentences in a game. I'm bad at reading, okay? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, I'm here reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying it yourself, right? So? Ahaha. Yeesh, that's enough. Are you going to keep reading or what? Yeah.
Well, I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens.
Natsuki puts her finger on one of the panels.
Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone.
I'm going to say at this point, I totally understand why people would look at this and start playing this and think, oh, this is just a visual novel. Because nothing crazy has happened yet that I've seen.
Yep. That is correct.
How much further do we need to get into?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's a slow burn, so this may be a multiple stream kind of thing. It probably will be.
Okay, all right.
But I'm having a great time. So I would be fine with
flexing my voice acting skills or lack thereof, so I think this is your...
But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom is a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself.
Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poem? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Ha ha. Yeah. Ha.
Oh, sorry. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me.
All right. Guess I'll stop here for now.
I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really all right?
I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. By tomorrow?
I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it?
I'm more scared of what happens if I read it and bend it. All right, then.
I stand up, return to where I put my stuff, and carefully slip the book into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write your poem last night? Oh, I wrote a good one.
Puppy, sticky climax, skirt, bouncing. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself.
Oh, first. Oh boy. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's start strong. Let's start with Monica.
I should start with Monica. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
I really hope it lets us read the poem.
Vortex said, oh God, oh crap.
Well, hi, Chortle Jake. Having a good time so far? Sorry. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Chortle Jake. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. Ah, man,
I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Chortle Jake. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Well, ha. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Aha. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago? He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they
Hey,
can
you
express
illiterate punk,
views
read this child book.
of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is that kind, like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you could probably find much. You probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get to the meaning through. I'm just going to skip on ahead. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before that's me. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. That sounds great. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for somebody who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I'll always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, great. I'm going to do it in her voice.
Okay.
I wish I had like a dreamy sound effect. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas.
My retinas.
Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Fucking terrifying. Oh, it continues? Okay, great. So, what did you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay.
Vortex said that shit was trash, Monica.
Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This is a lot of poems. A lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
Vortex said I thought she was talking about a butthole the whole time.
I thought she was talking about a vagina the whole time, so we're on the right page, Vortex. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. But real talk, though, that is such good advice. I tell myself
is.
that all the time when I'm trying to write or edit something. It's just like, just fucking put something down and we'll fix
true.
it later.
Starting is the hardest part.
It is. So just start. That's like also with recording stuff. And I did this with you. I know specifically when we were doing the, XCOM training. Because a lot of people do this, but people will be like, okay, so, and then they'll like actually start their point or their line. And I've worked with people who they're like, stop saying so, okay, all right, like just stop it. And I've always just been like, no, just freaking say it, because you have to say that to get started. I will edit that out later. It's not a problem. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Another way to think about it is, oh God, did I do?
What happened? What'd you do?
What a perfect time for that to accidentally happen. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today.
It's really hard
Thanks
to take
for listening.
any of the advice seriously when her poem just sounded like someone trying anal for the first time. Oh my God. Monica is a dirty girl.
Okay, I'm gonna end
Oh
with
my
Yuri, so let's just do Yuri.
Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry.
It's in English. Oh.
I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem.
Yeah, bitch.
Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No.
Well, yeah.
Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. I'm bringing too much Southern. I'm stuck in it. I'm trying to like get out of the gear.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. God, you're about to get annihilated. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people.
It's fine. I didn't really notice. So what were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate.
The slower you talk, the more condescending it sounds. It really fits.
In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, this is something you can't be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I really should have done face cam, because if y'all could see my body language as I'm reading, I just realized for her, I'm like doing a head nod, like I'm bobbing my head back and forth. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Monica gave me something. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine.
I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. I just know that Monica just spent like 5 minutes telling me about a dark hole.
Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't that supposed to be a literature club?
Okay, short. Here we go. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breath, the breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Do you know how to put the poem away?
It wasn't going away. There was a big button last time. God dang it. I'm sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. You really do. I could not read it. What? I wasn't thinking about that at all. But it took you a long time.
Lord.
I'm just an idiot. Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Bad. It's pretty bad.
That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild.
Gosh, I know so many people like Yuri. They're the worst.
Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Why did I ask this? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Chortle Jake. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really.
Oh my God.
Well, it makes me happy that
You're
you
right.
think
It is
that.
impressive.
I almost wish I had made her more of like a, yeah, it is pretty impressive. Like the Miss Teacher. Thought we should have a quiz today.
Yeah.
Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. All right, I have to blow my nose again because I'm like... when I suggested this, I didn't really think about how much I would be reading and my sinuses.
Mm-hmm.
So I apologize, Vortex, for any coughing or snorting, for that matter. Okay, Natsuki.
I'm sorry, I was.
No, it wasn't. It was. They were just pausing. They were just staring at each other. Okay. We'll start this with the things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem. I know a lot of girls from high school like Natsuki as well.
She's commenting. I understand now.
And I didn't even go to high school. I was homeschooled.
Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing in the first place then? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things.
Your mom is stupid, by the way.
In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would have been more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not like that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like.
Your mouse is like in the closet, and so it keeps freaking me out. I keep saying something move in the closet. Oh, man.
And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it.
Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
There we go. Sorry. Let me do one more quick blow. I feel like it was a little bit stuck. Okay. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're
just turned into C-3PO.
Poor Nick, man. She's the one I'm struggling with the most. I can't get a good voice nailed down. Pretty sure you've never actually said that.
I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem.
In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Damn, I am.
Bye.
God, I'm trying not to, though. This is what's happening. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make myself. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh at this. I'm trying to make myself think of Elizabeth Swann from the Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm trying to imagine, like, what does she sound like?
Interesting.
Which I'm not nailing. I'm not getting that at all.
You want me to take a crack at it?
No. I want to do this. I just gotta get there. Okay. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. Now I understand why they were comparing me to her. Yeah.
Yep.
I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't? Excuse me. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But it's the point of poems for people to express themselves, right? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up the rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what that's what it means to be a pro.
Vortex said, JKLO, that shit sucked. Throws paper out of a window and hits passing student and puts him in a 20-year coma.
Sends them, you isekai the student out the window. I'm glad you
What a
learned
great
something.
setup for an anime.
Right. I got hit in the head with a crumpled up piece of paper that had the worst poem ever written, and I went to another world where I was a girl and had superpowers. That's the
name of the anime.
That's the name of the anime.
My life as a kid who got put in a coma from getting hit in the head by a striped sheet of paper that had the worst poem written on it. Plus Ultra.
But turn out to be the most powerful demon in the kingdom. But I didn't know it, and I don't like to tell people about it.
Online.
Is that juicy fruit? Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not.
I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
All right, we're almost home. This is a good poem, Chortle Jake. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his... Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me how you really are a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm staying in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Chortle Jake. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something... She moved her hand way too fast. It scared the shit out of me. Because I was reading that, and I was just like, I've gotten way too comfortable. I'm not prepared. That's something that only good people do. Thanks, Sayori.
I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Sayori is the best character in the game, by the way.
Nice.
In my opinion.
Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. All right, oh, that's me. All right, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Same. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that your poem, that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun.
Vortex is here roasting all these girls like Gordon Ramsay roasts cooks.
Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. So for her, my body language is I'm like tucking my shoulders up and I'm bringing my head down, and like I literally had I had fully turtled for a second because I didn't realize. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew.
I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Vortex said, "Why can't I get any good poems here, you donkeys?" Across the room, Sayori and Monica. Okay. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. These poems are wrong! Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Eh? I mean, did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say?
You're onto something, Vortex. I'm gonna see if there are mods for this game, specifically one that brings Gordon Ramsay into it.
Thanks, but it really didn't come out that nice at all.
That was good. That was really good.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people didn't, by the way, isn't it? Sayori,
Thank you.
Sayori liked it, and Chortle Jake did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anything anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something that's particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet.
All of these look serious.
Sorry,
I'm disappointed.
I keep seeing things, like little flashes of things, and that's why if I stop, I'm usually like confirming that I'm crazy. And Chortle Jake liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Oh gosh. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Oh no, the music. That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Chortle Jake appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice, isn't it? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself... Okay. Did something flash for you?
I didn't see it. I'm looking up funny Doki Doki mods.
I would deliberately go out of my way to make sure everything I do overly courteous. Oi. Is everything okay? Well, you know what, isn't it? If I wasn't the one who's... I knew it. Seriously, that's what I thought I saw. I thought her boobs got sizably bigger. I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Chortle Jake started showing up. No, Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... Oh, God, how do I do that? This doesn't involve you in any of it. That involves you. I don't like fighting guys.
Suddenly, both girls run towards me as if they've just noticed I was standing there.
Chortle Jake. She's just trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason?
Convoluted
for no reason? The meaning should jump out to the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Chortle Jake.
I do agree with Natsuki, even though she was way over the line.
What? You agree with Natsuki?
I agree with
There's
Natsuki.
a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language.
Because overly complex writing, especially in poetry, is just self-serving.
It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. See, did her boobs just change?
I'm looking up mods. I don't know.
You understand that, right, Chortle Jake? Well?
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing.
It probably is her posture, but it just keeps like it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's flashing me.
But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me.
Great.
So of course that's going to be.
I honestly kind of want to just say, "Help me, Sayori." What are you kind of leaning towards? Natsuki. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, sorry. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri.
But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her.
Sayori. Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Jake. Oh, that's
That's
wrong.
Sayori.
Sorry. Asher started crying.
Mhm.
Okay, let me go get him real quick. I'll be back.
Okay. there's a mod called Grappling Hook Yuri, the origin arc, and the description is: have you ever wondered what Yuri would do if she ever got a grappling hook? Was your answer crossing dimensions to capture every single main character to ever exist? Probably not, but here it is. Join Grappling Hook Yuri in her first major mod adventure as she and her friends wreak havoc across the multiverse.
All right, I'm here.
Oh my god.
I might need to go with Lee Allison. Sorry, I'm waiting here if he calms down because she got him, but he's screaming.
I agree, Vortex. There's one called the Sigma Club. The description is bro, sup, bro. Sigma Club is a short comedy mod about virgins and Sigma males. We slay, we lay, we get paid, drink white claws all day. Oh my god.
Okay. I think I'm good. All right.
Vortex, I'm going to send you a picture from the description of this mod. If it'll let me.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a suck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone is so talented, so why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same size they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori.
Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off.
She fucking zipped away.
Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing.
So this is why Sayori is vice president.
I whisper to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you.
There are so many mods for this game.
I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say
There's
that.
a Hell's Kitchen mod.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes 2 of us. You can count on me.
Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. I'm going to read the description of this real quick.
Okay.
World-renowned chef Gordon Ramsay came to your club to show you the beauty of the culinary arts. He's here to educate, motivate, and tell you how to make the best cupcakes. Will Gordon have enough patience for these mouthy high schoolers? Can the club members take the heat of the kitchen? And most importantly, where's the lamb sauce?
That person knew what they were doing when they made the...
They understood the assignment.
Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was all right. Well, mostly. Chortle Jake, how about you? Oh, sorry. Chortle Jake, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too.
My
so
God.
Your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod myself with newfound determination. There is a mod called Sayori Shoots Up the Literature Club.
Oh my God. Chortle Jake, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Eee!
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either.
Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Chortle Jake, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Goodness, your guy's a scumbag.
Jeez. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Next poem. Save your game.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Uh-huh.
How far are we away from some
I have
major...
no idea.
Okay.
I have no clue. Let me Google real quick.
I'm wondering if we can Google, like, how many poems you have to write and kind of base it off that.
That's what I'm going to look up. Okay. Act 1. Mhm. It's a lot. Looks like you've got 2 more poems, maybe 3 before Act 1 is over.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
How many acts are there?
4.
Ooh.
Okay, Act 2 is where things take a turn.
And I've got to write how many more poems before Act 2?
2 or 3, I think, because there's 4 days. You just finished day 2.
Ooh, okay.
It probably doesn't really matter what poems you write. So if you want to just click through these, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I did last time and just kind of. You know what I'm
Just
gonna
go
do?
from
You know what I'm gonna
left
do?
to right. What?
I'm gonna pick the biggest word I see, and just not even
Okay.
not even think about it.
Yep. Oh gosh, you're gonna get a Yuri poem. Oh no. Hey.
Did you notice that Nuts Sayori jumped at depression?
I did. That's called foreshadowing, Jake.
Great. Oh boy, okay. Vortex, you could quiz me on what words I just picked, and I could tell you 2.
Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. You've been here for 2 days, so entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Triple Jake. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Dick.
Jeez. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it.
Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. Are we robbing her? She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Human teeth all over the place. Only 2 small coins fall out.
I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's unfair. How do you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming to the classroom.
Great job. You humiliated your childhood friend in front of everyone.
So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you planned to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Wah. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. This is going to turn around and be that she's depressed because we're jackasses to her all the time. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
She just walks up and goes, Here he suddenly giggles. Oh, man.
Eh?
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Chortle Jake to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is a fair enough retribution. Did I just? I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book.
What does that even mean? You were having a conversation.
I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. I was wondering. I was like, that's not what retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
Ooh.
Have her eyes always been purple?
Yes.
Okay.
They're actually knives up until this point. Did you not notice that?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori.
That's you.
Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if there weren't cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. That's scary.
Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. It's Natsuki's poem. The kid woke up from his coma and threw it back.
Ew. What was... A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Ayah! I was in it. I was just gonna give it to you. But
by going, in it.
But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki. That's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie.
Jeez, just eat it.
Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
Get my tongue. In it.
In it.
In it. Y'all going through just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite out of her own cookie.
Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jace. Beggars can't be choosers, isn't it? But yours is chocolate. Yeah? Why don't you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind and wraps her arms around her.
Oh, jeez, ain't it? I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey, did you seriously just do that?
She just goes. Mouthful. Sayori trots away to safety.
The noises. Matt, he's not
Yuri
here
and I
now,
laugh as well.
so he's not like recording anything, but he's gonna have to go back through this.
He will.
Golly. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? She just emerges back.
Apparated.
Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about?
Monica quizzically glances at me.
Never mind that. What held you up anyway? My boyfriend. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I just kind of lost track of time. Oi, that makes no sense at all. You wouldn't have heard the bell. Wait, you would have heard the bell at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Monica?
I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
Keep going. I'm going to get some water.
That is so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Chortle Jake. Okay, she took over the whole screen. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. And I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really.
I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. I'm eating pizza. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. So your poem was a Yuri poem. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she notices me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book.
Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
You're not Monica.
I'm slipping. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see.
There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go.
I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
There you go.
It's
You saved
very engaging and a relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov.
oh Lord.
There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of
dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Chortle Jake? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist,
Vortex and I can imagine her going to bed listening to Korn.
they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You you don't have to. Ah, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you were saying you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right?
I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in the company of someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Oh, all right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
So sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right?
I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open.
I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're held even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right?
Sometimes I think she would have been the good Southern Belle character.
Right.
You're not used to reading that much, are you?
Bless your heart. I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks.
We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Vortex. We continue to read the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her. She catches it under her own thumb.
Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong.
Great game, Chortle J.
Me?
Yeah. You're just like, well, yeah, she reminds me of you because she second guesses everything and she's...
Yeah. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Chortle Jake, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't really know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm digging a hole right now. I have an excavator going right now. I guess I more
Got a powered
meant,
auger just.
yeah, just really. It's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
She just got huge.
Yeah.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases a hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right.
I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
Okay. Same order. Hi again, Chortle Jake. How's the writing going? All right, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. I really applied myself on this one. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go.
I give my poem to Monica.
All right. Great job, Chortle Jake. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. All right, let's take a look. Fuck. I'm going to have to start doing her last. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Of meaningless?
Meaningless.
So she knows she's in a video game, right?
Go all the way down.
Oh, fuck. Load me?
It starts with save me.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Oh, fuck. The last one just clicked for me.
The butthole one?
The butthole is my computer monitor. What a quote to pull. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you didn't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. Kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. You're fucking right. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short to make it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Aha! Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this even a tip about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. So I'm scared.
Why? What?
Okay. Oh wow, I have 9 pages of save points.
That's typical for visual novels.
Okay, all right, here it is. Here we go. Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face.
Do you like it? Chortle Jake, how did you pick up on this so... I'm slipping southern. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a great job explaining. I really wanted to try and give more imagery.
Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time.
Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying that you never shared your writing before?
Yuri nods.
Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people who would just laugh at me. Do you really think that?
Again, Yuri nods.
Huh. Even your close friends?
Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why.
Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night.
Raccoon.
While I was slicing bread for a guilty snack, my attention was caught by the scuttling of a raccoon outside of my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. My bread, my hunger, curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The fuck? The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon, my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and feed myself again. Okay, fucking okay. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical.
I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery
Oh my God.
and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I kill the raccoon. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies.
Like killing raccoons.
Fucking psychopath. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. This girl's fucking killing animals in her free time. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because
It's murder, Chortle
they're
Jake.
embarrassing. And people would make fun of me for murdering animals. Don't you have anything like that, Chortle Jake? Well,
I read manga.
compared to your fucking psychopathic passion. Mine's completely normal. Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, that ain't weirdness, honey, I would probably hate myself. I I might be ranting a little bit now, but
I could go for a raccoon.
I'm glad that you're a good listener. Okay.
Go up to Sayori and be like, Sayori, we need to get the F out of here.
I liked your last one better. Yeah, really? Yeah. Well, yeah. I can tell you were more daring with this one. But you're really not good enough for that yet. It fell flat. That may be true, but I just wanted to try something different. I'm still figuring this out. I mean, I'll always like poems that aren't trying too hard. I hate when people try to sound fancy or add meaning just by using annoying and complicated language. Just make it simple, cute, and to the point. Yuri's head over heels for all this cryptic nonsense, but I see right through that BS. Excuse me. Making your reader look so hard, hard for all this deep meaning. I've lost it. In it, it's just to have no meaning at all. I guess that's one way to look at it.
That's absolutely true, especially
everyone has their own
today's
opinion.
culture.
What'd you say?
Stuff like the whole line of trying too hard to force people to look for meaning is an excuse to have no meaning at all. That's what you get with a lot of meta storytelling, where like all these clues and stuff are dropped, like the Five Nights at Freddy's timeline, where Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared and stuff. Those are the kind of, like, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared creators have gone on record saying that they've read all the theories and they're all correct, which is just such a BS. Like, basically them saying, like, everyone, what does it mean to you? That's stupid. The writer intended something. Stop trying to act like the writer doesn't have an intention for what they write.
Vortex, I absolutely use in it as a reset. But in my opinion, it's the best opinion. Wait, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you've figured that out already. Anyway, here's my poem. I'm going Korg is what I'm going now.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Maybe you'll learn something. Holy shit, she really went all out this time. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound into the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time, I hurt my leg really bad. I'm so going Korg. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. She likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. One of her friends start to like spiders too. That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she likes other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world's better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone.
Man, Natsuki just canceled herself. Oh my god, that's so funny.
The world's better without spider lovers. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Oh, I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I don't like spiders. I thought I had to explain it. So, sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler apologies, and it
Analogy.
helps analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything.
I think Natsuki might secretly be a spider.
People think they're gross and hairy.
You'd come back tomorrow and her head's just on a giant spider.
I wrote it a bit easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people find out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that's just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Huh? Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything.
I mean, Natsuki's poem was way better than Yuri's. So, Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should try not to be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff. I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson. Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is a little different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. Whew. Okay. After this day ends, we're done.
Yep.
Ooh, I like this one, Chortle Jake. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does it mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by the heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not exactly sure how that's how that works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing.
Thank you, Vortex. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me either. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? Yeah, it's so sweet. Apparently write about depression. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yeah? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for?
Bipolar. Oh.
What'd you say?
I said bipolar.
Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. and it makes a nice, happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Ah, is it? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Chortle Jake. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh, wow, okay. Bottles. Bottles. I pop off my...
My scalp.
Okay. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelves could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. All are shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head.
Vortex asked, is she collecting brains?
Jesus Christ. Well, I thought this was going to be... At first I thought this was kind of an illusion of like, if you pour out so much of yourself but never pour anything back in.
That's exactly what it is.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's part of it. Can you tell why Sayori's my favorite character?
Do you connect with her on a...
I connect with that.
Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. that fucking makes sense. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself in this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yay! Writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Sayori has always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it in no more than a week later. Wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic.
Okay, everyone.
Giving her like a signature. She says that every time.
We're all done reading each other's poems, right?
Really brought these characters to life.
Thank you. I have something extra planned. I have something extra planned today.
Monica's at a stroke.
So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Oi, is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we? Do we really have to do something about? Oh my God! For the festival, it's not like we can put it together anything good in just a few days. It's just ends up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Boy, okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Eee!
Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see.
What? Are you kidding me? I keep wanting to call her Mononoke. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Yeah, well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone up until just a couple days ago. It's not a lot to ask for it's a lot for them. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's for those reasons that we're all in this club today. I'm here for boobs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the most unrealistic part about this entire game is that no one wants to join this club in a high school.
Right. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if it takes... And if all it takes...
hugging bear.
And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Yuri looks around for a raccoon. I guess that leaves you no choice.
I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Hey, well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over it. All right. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I really don't have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now, let's see. Oh, shit,
Monica
we're doing
flips
this
through her.
now? Okay.
Monica, she stands behind the podium.
Sorry, I thought you had read that one. Okay. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has a raccoon in her arms. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monica. Oh, thanks so very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri. It's called...
I thought that was Yuri saying this title was You Can Do It, Yuri.
That's why I kind of was like, you can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation.
What the fuck?
I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserved. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good.
She just appeared from behind her.
Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay, I guess I'm next then.
Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's
you notice
called...
that Natsuki has not said anything for the past, 10 minutes?
She's being quiet, I know. This one's called My Meadow.
Whoa.
I'm glad I'm not reading. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do this so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then.
Vortex said, Yuri trips and hits her head on the edge of a table. Everyone ignores it and continues with the activity. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Chortle Jake liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out very nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nice. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I really don't understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of others. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Chortle Jake. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Chortle Jake lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Fuck you. Natsuki. It's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote today.
Yuri continues to bleed out on the floor. Her body convulses. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway.
Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much.
She didn't even disagree.
I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. They are so brutally fucking direct.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. All right, then. That leaves just you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called... In it... The poem is called... Jim...
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do it again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so. Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about at the festival. That said, I want to think, in a way, that's kind of like her saying, like, you don't have any friends out there. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Geez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own.
One of the worst moments of my entire life was when I had to recite a poem that I wrote in front of a group of people for my creative writing class. That was the worst. It was awful.
I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Jesus. It makes me really happy.
A gust of wind flies into the room.
Like, come on. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nice so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. I can do this. All right.
I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. And I'll have to do my best.
Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Wait, look at you two. Always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well,
how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Chortle Jake. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already.
I'll walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Vortex said, I never realized how big Yuri was. She's like a big mommy. I mean, Lady Dimitrescu. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home.
Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I'm spacing out. No, wonder... I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Oh, I would probably still walk home with her. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Huh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Chortle Jake. I hate saying my own name. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it. So Yuri, I've made up my mind. I really can't figure out you sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen?
The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too.
I love raccoons.
And again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? All right, what do you think so far?
I'll say this. It's a lot slower of a burn than I was expecting.
Yep.
especially with how popular it is.
Mm-hmm.
When you looked up a minute ago, like how long it was. I know 4 chapters, whatever, but like
6 hours.
really,
Mm-hmm.
that's not terrible. We're 3.5 hours in though.
We're also
Reading everything.
Yeah, and but what do you think so far though? Like aside from what do you think is going to happen?
So I'm still a little touch and go on what's going to happen, but I'm assuming that the festival is where shit's really going to kick off. And I don't know if it's like literally at the festival or like something happens at the festival that's a catalyst for other stuff. So but yeah, I don't know. It seems like all of the girls are into something really dark. Like,
okay.
Oh, I say dark. Monica seems to know that she's in a video game, and that's terrifying. Like she's crying for help, you know.
Yeah.
Sayori seems like she's depressed and has pretty dark thoughts that she's trying to keep a good face on. I haven't quite figured out exactly what Natsuki's deal is.
They've dropped a few hints. But
it's something about her. I have assumed it's just been her manga, but I don't know if she's into some weird stuff.
I will say this. Why is her manga at the school?
Oh no. Her parents abuse her. That's so
I'm pretty sure that's you hit the nail on the head. If I remember right, I think that's the case.
And then Yuri's a fucking psychopath.
Yes.
there's no, I got it loud and clear. For someone who likes to brag about how much imagery and metaphorism she can put in her poetry, she fucking wrote like Natsuko. That last one. Natsuki, yeah.
Who's your favorite character so far?
I still like Sayori, and Monica. Those are both my favorite. And like honestly, to the point that I'm annoyed that it's making me it's forcing me to pick between Natsuki and Yuri so much because it's like either of these I could take or leave.
There's a reason for that.
I if I had to pick, I'd lean more towards Natsuki.
Natsuki, personality-wise, she's fine, but like, I do like feel with her more so on the perspective of writing, because like when you write something, like it shouldn't be about being like, hey, look at how good of a writer I am. Like, right. If you have something to say, then say it. But yeah, there's a reason that it's focused on the two of them a lot more right now. But that'll come up later.
Okay. Well, as much as I'd like to, like in an ideal world, it'd be cool if we finished like part 1 and then did a part 2. But I'm exhausted.
Yep.
And I've been reading so much.
We'll hit this up another time. We can. We've got, between this and Wild Hearts, we've got a couple games for 2-person stream. So
cool. Well, yeah, and I think too the fact that like we haven't really gotten to anything just crazy means that the next time we do this, we'll have probably 20-30 minutes of normalcy and then some crazy shit's gonna happen.
Like when it pops off, like I don't remember if it's necessarily scary, but it gets really interesting.
Okay, well,
because the game is you're on to some stuff, but the game is not showing its hand much at all right now.
Well, there you go. Well, that has been us playing Doki Doki, my first time with no knowledge. And it has definitely not been what I thought it would be. I thought we maybe would have gone an hour and then shit would have started popping off.
No, it takes its time.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's better for it because it really does a good job of feeling like a regular visual novel and the kind of game that it looks like.
Right.
And I don't think that the turn when it happens would be near as effective if it wasn't such a slow burn.
Yeah, no, I agree. Anyway, well, daylight savings time happens.
Oh,
tonight.
crap.
So have fun with it.
Oh, no.
In about 20 minutes, it's going to supposed to be turned to 12 o'clock, but it's going to be 1 o'clock. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, my God, Jake. Why didn't you tell me that sooner?
That's why I said stop. So when we didn't. Anyway, that's been us.
Texting my AV team.
That's been us playing Doki Doki. We'll definitely do this again later. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my voice acting. Even if it was it's a really bad kind of way. We are going to do probably some watch along content Monday. So tune in for that. Vortex, we were talking about Killer Bean. I believe the words that were said were Vortex might kill us if we skip to anything other than Killer Bean.
That's true.
So we'll probably watch that Monday.
We need to figure out if it's going to be like us watching it with it on screen or if it's going to be a watch along.
I feel like that one we can probably watch literally with it on screen along. Yeah. I'm hesitant on some others of that though, but we'll play it by ear. It might be a case by case basis on stuff.
Yeah.
But, anyway, okay. So yeah, Vortex, let us know what exactly, because I kind of started looking stuff up, and there's a lot. So send a link, like even just DM me in the Discord exactly what you want us to watch. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So we'll see y'all Monday. Everybody have a good loss of time tomorrow, and we'll catch you later. Bye.